At 5 right now, crowds are lined up around Atlanta City Hall. Good evening and thanks for being with us. I'm Jennifer Bellamy.
And I'm Faith Jesse. And you know, Jennifer, this is something that a lot of folks have to say about, so much so I've been told they've already been speaking for hours. Hundreds are there as council members are set to vote on a $30 million payment to support the construction of the Atlanta Public Safety Training Center. But protesters call this Cop City. So we have live team coverage for you tonight from inside and outside City Hall. 11 Alive's Joe Ripley is inside where public comment still underway. We're going to lead things off with 11 Alive's Tracy A. McPeer. Tracy, can you paint a picture for us? How many people have been out there? How many people are we talking about tonight?
Well, right now there are at least 500 people inside City Hall, and behind me there are about 100 other people in the line just waiting to get in. Now they're all here just to be heard, and for the last few hours they've been chanting, they've been playing music, even at times they've been yelling at police. Now, as you said, public comments have been going on for at least 4 hours, and there's no end in sight. Since 11 this morning, large crowds of protesters poured into City Hall, chanting, yelling, and wanting to be heard, like Demetrius Vaughn.
Out here, and I feel like Cop City is the worst thing that could happen to the city right now.
Vaughn joined hundreds of others signing up to speak before the full council votes. Because of the crowds, there was increased security at City Hall all day. Most in-person services were being handled online, with city offices reopening tomorrow. Also, liquids, aerosols, and other items were not allowed past security. Some protesters, like Vaughn, saying they're against the project because they think nearby residents are against it.
That's a black and brown neighborhood, right? And having that many police in that neighborhood is going to make people scared and fearful to do anything.
Others citing an archaeological impact.
There's a very, very high chance that there are unmarked graves on that property. There's a very good chance that we're going to have a backhoe that's going to go through somebody's rib cage.
And still others, like Sam Wright, claiming the facility goes against their political beliefs.
Increase the level of police militarization, increase the level of police overall, and these are things that socialists generally don't favor or are in favor of.
Vaughn warning that even if the vote passes today, they will continue to fight.
We'll put our lives on the line. I will put my future on the line because I don't want no Cop City in my city.
Now we'll have the latest on the protests on 11alive.com, and we will be here outside and bring you the latest live tonight at 6.
Tracy, thank you so much for staying on top of this for us. For more on this vote today and what's at stake, we go live to Joe Ripley, who is also at City Hall.
Joe, where does that vote stand at this hour right now?
Well, that vote is not yet come upon us because we have more than 350 people who initially signed up to speak before City Council. Let me show you a live look at what we're looking at right now inside City Hall. And in fact, a new batch of folks just lined up to try and make their voices heard in City Council. You see that line there, along with that 350 person number. We understand dozens more will be allowed to speak after this public commentary portion, all ahead of this widely anticipated vote on funding. A sea of protesters wanting a wave of change. Luciana lives in Atlanta.
I feel that every moment that we come together again and again, the voice is more louder.
She and hundreds of others are hoping Atlanta City Council votes to delay city funding for the Public Safety Training Center, and many want to stop the funding and the project altogether.
It is important that you have this debate.
City Councilwoman Liliana Bakhtiari says she will vote no on legislation that would provide $30 million for the project to the Atlanta Police Foundation, which is largely funding construction. The ordinance would also approve a leaseback agreement that would have the city make $1.2 million payments each year for the next 30 years, doubling the city's payment portion. The foundation would cover another $60 million.
I think the things that are realistic are asking for a change of location, asking for a change of scope. But the reality is that I focus on the fight that we can win, and there is no way to win the fight of no facility whatsoever.
City Council President Doug Shipman says the council can vote to pass the ordinance, refer it back to committee where it could undergo changes, vote to table the legislation either indefinitely or until the next council meeting in 2 weeks, or vote to reject the ordinance.
This discussion really has to be about what kind of facilities do we need in order to protect our city, and can we do that in a cost-effective way that doesn't spoil the environment.
While supporters of the facility say it will provide better training and conditions for police and firefighters, opponents like Luciana still have questions over the funding and environmental and policing issues at play.
We want parks and we want a place safe for everybody come together, and no more guns. We don't need that.
You can see protesters here biding their time to speak, passing the time however they can, including playing some chess and some other games here, and all eyes, you can bet, are glued on the city council proceedings. We expect public comment to go well into tonight, could last hours, as we're in hour 4 already of public commentary. Coming up at 6, I'll break down the potential consequences of a yes vote today or a no vote.
Well, certainly something that a lot of people have something to say about. Hour 4 already. I'm sure that, Joe, you're going to be there well into the night. So thank you so much for bringing us that report. We are staying on top of this story as the night goes on. We're going to keep you posted right here on air. You can also find the very latest of every inch of this story online at 11alive.com.